What's going on, you guys? You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. When I say that we bring Hollywood home on a budget, I don't mean just strictly Tinseltown celebrities. I mean pop culture of all kinds, and that includes public television, that includes PBS. So, with that, I bring you Antiques Roadshow, behind the scenes, by the executive producer of it, Marsha Bemko, with a foreword by host Mark L. Wahlberg. An insider's guide to PBS's #1 weekly show, which I do enjoy once in a blue moon. What happens after the cameras stop rolling? What do your favorite appraisers want? And how can you get your treasure on air? It's not easy, but I think you'll agree the process is worth it. And you'll read more about that process and the process of making an excellent television show like Antiques Roadshow in this book, as Marsha Bemko herself explains. Now,
as executive producer of Antiques Roadshow, I get to be the boss. So I get to be a decision maker on all the things that we're going to do. Antiques Roadshow does two things, really. We produce an event where we tour in the summer, and we see 5,000 to 6,000 people at every event. And we also produce a television show. We make 20 new episodes a year, and that keeps us very busy year-round. And thank God for that team of 14 working with me, because I couldn't do it without them. I get to, in Antiques Roadshow behind the scenes, tell readers about all the kinds of things that we can't tell them about in our television show. People always want to know, what are our appraisers into? What do they want? What are they hunting for? Well, they do have a short little list, and they do share some of that with us in this book. Plus, we tell some other little dicey stories about stuff we couldn't air and why we couldn't air it. So all that behind-the-scenes stuff that you're just not going to find out on our show or our website. Let's see, how do I choose which antiques are shown on Antiques Roadshow? It's not easy. I will tell you, I do what is called the picks on event day, and I do that with 2 people on my staff. So we run around all day long listening to the appraisers pitch their objects for air. Now the appraisers are on the front line there. They're the ones who recognize the great things. And frankly, unless it's jewelry, they'll recognize it from across the room. My advice, if you're coming to Antiques Roadshow, what to bring, is to start with something you're curious about that you can't so easily Google. Because you have a rare opportunity when you come to a roadshow event to be in the room with 75 of the country's top experts. And if they don't know the answer about what you have, they can guide you to who does. Why do I think Antiques Roadshow is such a treasured phenomenon? I'll tell you, it comes out on so many levels. First of all, there's those antique junkies. They just want to learn what they can about antiques so that they can have an edge over a seller if they're in that situation. Then there are those people who just like smart reality television. If you watch a whole season of Antiques Roadshow and you haven't learned when the Civil War happened, you didn't have the audio on. Because you can't help but learn something about our great country and its history while you're watching the show. And then, of course, there are people who just want to peek inside people's lives, because we do get to do that, too.
I paid $4.99 for this book, and I doubt that they'll take it as an antique or offer a price on it because, well, conflicting issues. You don't want human resources at WGBH to find out that you're trying to appraise your own behind-the-scenes book. Retail price is $16.99 US, $23 in Canada, and I got this for 25% off. Your all-access pass to the people, places, and priceless treasures on Antiques Roadshow. Millions of viewers tune in to America's favorite TV appraisal program each week for its addictive mix of priceless antiques, juicy family history, not really that juicy since this is PBS, and unexpected financial windfalls. The audiences and the producers never know what they're going to find when the Antiques Roadshow truck pulls up in a new city. In Antiques Roadshow behind the scenes, executive producer Marsha Bemko, one of the coolest executive producers on television I've heard about, next to Marlene King of PLL, reveals the inside scoop on the appraisers, antiques, and owners that make up everyone's favorite weekly treasure hunt. The stories that you'll uncover in this book are oftentimes hilarious, oftentimes fascinating, oftentimes unique, oftentimes emotional, but always a good time to hear. You'll also know what it takes to make Antiques Roadshow city after city, how to get tickets to it, what to bring to the program so that you'll have a good chance of going on the air. All that stuff and much, much more. Plus, these little boxes are called Marsha's Musings. Little notes that goes behind the scenes into specific areas of making Antiques Roadshow. There's also a lot of behind the scenes photographs, photos from the show, in front of the camera, photos of the antiques, appraisers, Marsha herself, and of course Mark L. Wahlberg, who provides the foreword. I enjoy Antiques Roadshow every now and then. I caught a few episodes on PBS Online and PBS.org, and I do enjoy it. I mean, I'm not into Pawn Stars, and although I'm addicted to hardcore porn on True TV, which has since been cancelled, hardcore porn, which is similar to this, it's like a bad breast enhancement. Just keeping it safe for public television. You want to watch, but you don't want to specifically pay attention to it. You want to look away, but you can't. With Antiques Roadshow, you can get all of that awesomeness without feeling judged or judgmental. For Antiques Roadshow behind the scenes, it's going to get... This truly is one awesome behind the scenes book, and it gets the 4 or 5 claps. 100 out of 100 points. And not only is Marsha Bemko one of the coolest executive producers I've heard about in a while, she's also one of the most appreciative when it comes to her staff, and of course, above all, her audience. Ultimately, the biggest thanks to you, our audience. Without viewers like you, we wouldn't be here. The funding credits do not specifically mention contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you for their health. They state it because they mean it. If viewers were not supporting Antiques Roadshow with their loyalty by watching every Monday night and financially by their supporting and funding their local PBS station, Antiques Roadshow would not be alive today. And Marsha knows that wholeheartedly. And I gotta give her a lot of kudos for that. Thank you for allowing us into your homes and hearts. Well, you're quite welcome, Marsha. It's a shame that this program has received 7 Emmy nominations and has not won a single trophy because, quite honestly, I think it's time to appeal to the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences that Antiques Roadshow gets its due. Thanks for watching. That's the Thrift Store Rundown, Breeding Hollywood, and Public Television, home on a budget.